I must be crazy. That was the last drop that made the cup run over. The last straw. Just like what was in that little glass. My little Danny. You didn't like that at all. Now I know you hate when I speak in diminutives, but back then I had no idea. Right, my little Danny? All right. Just then Daniel frees himself from my embrace and brusquely sits me down, plop, right beside him. And he looks at me firmly. He's not crying anymore. Suddenly, no more tears. And he continues looking at me intensely like I've never seen him before. And he goes and says, Rosa, I have this condition. And I say to him, what the devil are you talking about? And he comes back with, please, Rosa, don't use those old-fashioned expressions. If you only knew how silly they sound. He left me dumbfounded. I'd been using those expressions all my life. And suddenly, for the first time, he tells me they sound old-fashioned and silly. He'd never asked me before not to use them. Never, Daniel! Now I know there are lots of my expressions you can't stand. In addition to the diminutives, of course. Sweetie, I say, all patient, because I figure he's stressed out or something. I didn't realize that I'm sorry, Daniel. I didn't realize that my way of talking bothered you so much. You're ridiculous. When you talk, you sound like a cross between some wartime granny from the 40s and a ditzy new age bimbo. And that's not even counting when you talk in a low-class way, and it's not just today. You have this way of rattling on that drives me nuts. Rattling on, granny, ditzy, bimbo, low class, son of a bitch! I take a deep breath, try to stay calm, and get in touch with my karma so that I can realign my energies harmoniously. The other possibility is to tell him to get lost. Or go to hell. Yes, that's better. Go to hell. And we're talking about my best friend during a really trying time for him. Or that's what it looked like to me, anyway. And why I eventually tried to get in touch with my karma. Only then did I ask him once more, is there anything else about me that bothers you? Or what put you in a bad mood or upset you so much that you cried? And then again, he pressed his lips together real tight. Remember my little baby? Little baby. He can't stand that one either. A hell of a thing, little baby, huh? Then he looked at me like he's making an enormous effort to control himself, and he says, Rosa, don't ask me things like that. And I sit there in silence, all mystified for a long time. Meanwhile, Daniel gets up and rushes out. From the doorway, he pauses and says, I'm missing something, Rosa, that's making my life miserable. It's that pseudolina. I don't plan to call you for a long time. And by the way, you got fatter, Rosa. You shouldn't eat so much, and you should watch the drinking too. And then he disappeared. It happened just the way I'm describing it. Isn't that right, my little Danny, sweetie pie?